Hello, my most amazing artists. Today we are going to be learning about environmental art. This is art that either talks about the earth and sustainable practices, or art that uses sustainable practices to create with. This is the artist Aurora Robinson. She is a painter and a sculptor who's known for her large sculptures and installations created from discarded plastic or old used plastic. She says plastic in the ocean is everyone's problem. There is no such thing as disposable. I hope that my work inspires people to change their behavior by thinking about what they consume and what they value. This next artist's name is Joseph Beuys. He had a project called the 7,000 Oaks Project, and he brought together art, life, and activism. Joseph believed that everyone is an artist. This was his way of saying that social transformation could be achieved and accomplished if every human being used their creative energy towards positive change in cooperative activities he called social sculptures. His most famous of these was called 7,000 Oaks Project, a large reforestation project where 7,000 trees were planted throughout Germany, especially in areas affected by war during World War II. The Walker Art Center in Minneapolis, inspired by his idea, planted more than 1,000 young trees in Cass Lake, St. Paul, and the Minneapolis Sculpture Garden. This is the artist Moses Oching and his Pangea sculptures. He makes sculptures out of scrap metal from the car industry that he reuses and transforms into these animals. This is the artist Robert Bradford. He made sculptures out of old and discarded toys and plastics. He started recycling his own kids' toys into these large sculptures in 2002. Can you spot any toys that you recognize or anything plastic that you might have at home? What a neat idea to give new life to old toys. This is the artist Zach Freeman. He creates portraits using trash and found objects to capture cultural bits of history in his artworks. You can see all of these small pieces that he uses to create his big sculptures. Do you recognize anything in these pictures? It's amazing how artists can create work out of all kinds of different materials. This is the artist Janie Gilman Cummings. She uses shredded papers she gets from junk mail, envelopes, and catalogs. She currently works with junk mail, which is difficult to recycle because of the inks used and that they have a high concentrations of heavy metals in those inks that the junk mail is printed with. This is Andy Goldsworthy. He creates sculptures out of the earth itself. These are meant to be impermanent, as they are exposed to the elements and the weather. All of these artists practice reduce, reuse, and recycle in their artworks with what materials that they choose to create with. The earth without art is just I have some questions for you about this earth art. I want you to be thinking about what you would make environmental or sustainable art out of. What are a few ways that we can help to respect the earth as artists or as human beings? Why is it important to take care of the environment? Today, for your art project, I want you to create your very own Earth Day poster. I would like these to include both pictures and possibly words. You can create this out of anything that you have at home. You can recycle and reuse materials, or you could use crayons, colored pencils, or markers.